Our last stop before Nationals takes us to Bentonville, Arkansas, where people love to get outside and be active. Teams will build a prototype in just 48 hours, focused on a new innovation using 5G in the great outdoors, and will compete at the Integrated Design Lab at Northwest Arkansas Community College.
Northwest Arkansas is the perfect place to have Make 48 and this challenge, of course, in play. The college is only about 30 years old, and what is it known for? Innovation. So when I thought about what we might want to think about going into this event, it was three big ideas. First, fortune favors the brave. Second, teams outperform individuals. And third, all radical innovation occurs under stress. And I think we see all those in play right now. You guys, make it happen, make us proud, make history. Awesome. Go get them.
We are going to introduce the teams. The Golden Eagles.
So me and Shantae are current students at John Brown University, and then Colby and James graduated from there, and our professor connected us.
As a team, the four of us met on Thursday night before we started the competition on Saturday. So we should probably get together at Starbucks and at least know what the other person looks like.
The Maconeers.
Derek and I, we've known each other for many years. We actually used to work together. Bryn is actually my son-in-law.
Yep, I married his daughter, that's how I got here.
Derek was the one that brought this to our attention anyway, because he already knew about it, and so he reached out to me about it.
The NWAC Maker Club Student Group.
Faculty lead for the Maker Club is the one who actually threw us all together on a team for this event.
We are really probably best described as a motley crew of a team.
We had not all sat in a room together to talk until Friday.
Rat Stallions.
I was a mentor for one of the previous Make 48s. I liked the vibe of the competition, and I recruited my closest friends, and we decided to give it a shot. Hayden and I have always had a knack for coming up with crazy ideas and solutions.
Usually it's not on a platform like this. We're like, hey, we got $20, what can we do?
This show's been on my radar for a while, and I've been wanting to be a part of it for some time, honestly, and just kind of been waiting for the opportunity. So when Colin was like, yo, you want to be on the team? I was like, dude, of course I want to be on the team.
The NWAC Jacks.
I reached out to Emily initially, and then our teachers kind of recommended Joe and Daisy. The team name, how we came up with that, was kind of like a communal, okay, we all kind of know base level, a lot of different things, so why not jack of all trades?
The Delta School.
About 9 years ago, we started a school called the Delta School, and that school is grounded in design thinking. So we are a non-traditional school. These kiddos actually, which are not kiddos anymore, they went to the school. They're alumni of the Delta School. So I'm head of the school. Mr. Buckley is the director of pedagogy and design.
Control, Alt, Defeat.
I work here at the school, and I knew that this event was happening. They were trying to field for volunteers. I was like, volunteer? I want to be a participant. And so I convinced Paige, my wife, to do it, and then we needed more teammates, and so I talked with Amy, the organizer, and she connected me with Preston, whose wife works in my department, and I knew his wife. So I was like, oh, that's a fun connection.
Are you ready to hear the challenge? Yes. The problem that T-Mobile is asking you to solve. Spending time in the great outdoors can be both physically and mentally rewarding, as well as an ideal time to connect with family and friends. However, much of the population has never really had the chance to experience a quality outdoor adventure or sport. We wish to encourage more people locally and nationally, motivating them to get active and enjoy spending times in the great outdoors, no matter where they live. You are going to choose one of these following situations to create your innovation around. The first one, for the novice, the spirit of competition, the fan experience, and the last option, fun for the family. How does everybody feel about that?
We've been escaping to a side room where there's a whiteboard. It's just, I think all of us work better when we're up on a whiteboard writing things.
I like that.
That one. I love it. Yeah.
Daniel and I have been kind of working pretty well together. It's like we know when to turn on the heavy debate and like the criticism, and then when we turn it off, I mean, we're joking around. So I've got an idea. You don't like it. I am excited about this idea, and so let's call this level 1 of scrutiny.
I still think all of the stuff you're talking about can, like, you could find already somebody has made a kit or has a list of things you buy. You just click on Amazon, buy it. It goes in a backpack, and then they find a stick out in the woods for free, and they have the same experience that you're describing.
So with your ideas, we have no product, and with my idea, we have a
Several
new
of them
product.
might have products. We haven't even thought about it. We spent a lot of our time talking about this one.
Okay, well, let's talk about the other ones.
Yeah.
Break time, cameras.
There's just so much like brainstorming happening. We kind of had to disconnect from it a little bit. We had to go find a little room to hide in.
What about like an app that like connected people together with like inexperienced people, so they weren't like going, like the experienced people weren't going alone backpacking?
It was a little hard for us to come up with an idea which does not exist already.
Yeah, you're kind of somewhere between like an air tag and some like tracking device or something. So really, as far as patentability, the real risks would be in that device and whether anybody has a patent on that. None of it really sounds like it would be patentable in and of itself, but you're not going to really risk infringing anybody.
Safety and innovation are literally at the very top of what inspired our idea.
So there's going to be, three major components, right? There's going to be a trailhead that is the new trailhead. It is the brand new, all-in-one. It's no longer just a post. It's going to be, you download the map, you download local animals, you download wildlife. How do we feel about it?
I think it feels good. I think that we need to do a lot of research to make sure like what exists already and what's underserved.
I think I've learned not to be so afraid of patents. Before I would look at a patent and think there's some wording there that would scare me away from even trying to do something.
As far as I'm aware, there's no broad enough patent that would prevent you from what you guys are wanting to do.
Well, welcome to Bentonville, Arkansas. We're here at the Northwest Arkansas Community College in the Integrated Design Lab.
Well, how about you come inside and show us your beautiful space?
Love to. We work in this building called the Integrated Design Lab. This is a true makerspace. So on one side of the hall, we have all the art teams. We have CAD students working in several different labs down the hall. And then behind you, this is the 3D art studio where a lot of making occurs also. So this building was funded with a grant from the National Science Foundation, and we used that money. Part of the grant was that we had to teach design thinking to our classes. So it combines 3 different disciplines in this building with art, construction, and AutoCAD team teaching classes in here.
We're here in your construction lab. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the impact this space has on the community of Bentonville?
So most recently we held a workshop on the weekend where we had participants using the laser cutter, the 3D printers, and in here we have wood lathes, and they made pens from wood, not wooden.
That's awesome.
Pieces, yep.
Well, we are really looking forward to being in your space. Thank you so much for hosting us.
Thank you, we're excited.
The challenge is really fitting for up here because we have a lot of recreational outdoor activities.
Bentonville is very outdoorsy.
You can get on your bike from your house and in 10 minutes on the trails be at like a world-class mountain biking destination.
So the great outdoors, the natural state is our moniker.
It makes perfect sense because that is really what this area is. It's where technology and the modern life meets the natural state.
When most people think and hear of Arkansas, they don't think of technology and innovation, but
Northwest Arkansas is kind of known as sort of Central Silicon Valley.
We got the Rat Scallions. How are you guys feeling today?
Feeling good. I think I'm pretty confident. Essentially, we're trying to create a modern trailhead that's going to provide more information for hikers. 1,600 hikers vanish every year in national parks.
Ooh, wow.
Fun fact. So,
Fun fact.
And I think it's due to lack of information, lack of cell service. Hopefully our friends at T-Mobile will help us with.
T-Mobile has a developer program called DevEdge, where you can build your own products.
The developer kit we have is a great starting point for developing your product. We currently have the ability to, with existing example code to send up all the sensor information that the board collects, control different actuations such as the LED or the buzzer from the platform side.
You can specify where you want to send the data. It's just a URL and it's just a post done over HTTP, and it can go anywhere. Amazon Cloud, it can go to your own server, wherever you want.
To put an example, you put this in your suitcase and you can track wherever your suitcase goes. There's a mobile app that pairs with us and you can tell you where you're going.
Joe, we need to test this on your head because you have a bigger head.
I have a big head.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can be of service.
All right, NWAC Jax, how's it going?
It's going great. As you can see, we're working through the joints and the ways that it articulates and fits on you, etc.
Very cool. So it's a wearable unit.
That's part of it.
Part of it, okay.
It can be.
All right,
Can be.
all right. How is the design process going for you guys?
Good. We've been working on 2 projects, and now we're whittling it down and trying to make it either combined or just pick one over the other.
Okay.
So we just got some good feedback.
So you've got 2 different prompts that you're going with it and trying to narrow down?
Yeah, within the next hour, we're going to have like a finished one that we're going to go with.
I like it.
Let's see.
We really spent a ton of time talking to other people, talking to people who like to go outdoors and who have a hard time doing that with their kids because their kids either want to run way ahead or their kids want to stay way behind and take their time to look at every little thing on the trail. So our prototype basically tries to tackle that problem.
The kiddo in front who's like frustrated, discouraged, or like kind of bored, like what are they into? Like would they want to come back and be able to like play a game? Was there something that would like entertain them?
So they want to just keep going.
Okay.
It's the kid in the back that I've drug along that doesn't like biking as much, who would much rather like play in the dirt next to the trail.
Okay.
And often does.
Do you feel like your frustration, discouragement is something that other parents may feel, like colleagues or friends of yours that you're like,
yeah.
Elise is here with me today, and she's going to help me kind of learn a little bit of the process of sewing. Let's dive right into a little bit of tips and tricks, I guess, on, first of all, fabrics.
Well, there's 2 main fabric structures, and that's woven and knit.
Okay.
And we have a knit here. Your knits are going to be stretchy. Woven is the other one. These are, like, if you imagine a weaving loom made that way. So there's a warp and a weft.
And you sew them differently.
You do. For knits, you're going to want to have a jersey sewing machine needle, so it'll be labeled jersey.
Okay,
And
like
that-
a jersey t-shirt. Okay.
Yep. And that will have your ballpoint needle, and it's going to keep your knit from snagging.
Oh.
Whereas your woven fabrics aren't going to snag like a knit.
Well, I think you've maybe inspired me to pick up the sewing machine again and try it out.
Part of our prototype is building a butterfly, which is going to sit on top of our installment. We're hoping will be very eye-catching to children or just people in the community that haven't seen it before.
We're going to use the epoxy tech to pour epoxy in like the design of the butterfly wing so it can light up.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to mix up our epoxy. Like I said, we're going to need a decent amount, but we're not going to need we don't need this. So these epoxies are set up at different ratios. I believe this is a 2-to-1. So you're going to stir. You got to stir for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
This is our vivid orange. It's going to be for the main parts of this. So you're going to keep stirring. All right, add a little bit in here first.
that looks so nice already.
You want to go around and pour slow.
That looks so good.
We came up originally with an idea to add a tracking GPS device to a dog harness, but we kind of pivoted and decided to implement that device into what we call the Tech Trek, which is a hiking stick with a smart device built into the handle.
So really, we purchased an existing walking stick that we're modifying. So asking maybe 6 to 8 inches.
NWAC Maker Club student group. How is it going? How are you feeling?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
We're going to make it so that you are able to compete against your friends, against random competition online. Plus this offers some extra functionality to be able to help you feel more at ease if there is an incident or something while you are doing a competition or out where there is little to no cell signal.
Yeah, safety is definitely a big issue out there.
Do we want the trophy to be square base, or do we want it to be a round base like this?
Or we could even make it an odd shape to follow the topo. I mean,
So where are we going to put the Make 48 logo, the NWAC logo?
So something comes up like this, and
Right.
then you got trees around it,
Okay.
and then things attached to this.
Right.
Logo.
Okay. There it is. It looks great. I'm happy with that. The pink is the right color too. The airplane's going to be coming up from what?
Ray's been talking about the pines. So if we had the topo and we actually built the body up and did the pines around the body, that would be a nice structure.
All right. I think that looks pretty good. You guys ready to get started on it?
Yep.
Ready to go. It looks great. It's a great one.
It's the final countdown. We are 2 team members down, and it's.
Are they coming at all?
No, they're sick. They got sick.
We still have to film and
We have to film. We have to
edit.
edit.
We still have to finish the phone app.
It looks great, man.
Is the dowel in there and stuff?
Yeah.
Little button. Awesome.
Nice.
Dude, good job.
That's gonna look so cool.
I wouldn't be surprised if we won the competition.
You know those micromanagers who like want to change a verb and then you talk about it for 20 minutes?
Perfect. Our counterpart Trent is not here right now. I think he worked well into the night on video.
Oh no. I think Premiere just crashed.
I'm not excited for my pitch. I'm not a public speaker. I'm just kind of a behind the scenes guy.
Really?
Oh yeah, I hate it.
Welcome everybody to the final judging and awards. So we're going to welcome our prestigious judges. We have Mr. Chris Moore.
I have expertise in device development and information technologies.
Jeanette Collins.
I work with investors, with mentors, with founders, and really think about how to meet entrepreneurs where they are.
Andrew Gibbs-Dabney.
I've had a lot of experience taking things from idea to a finished product.
Let's welcome up the Makeneers.
Behold the Tech Trek. This is our smart hiking stick. As you're trekking around, you can press the button on the device to create checkpoints, and this will save and create your route. After this route is created and you're done on your adventure, it'll send it to the app, and your friends and family can go in and go on the same adventure that you did. It looks like that Jason just received our inclement weather alert, so you'll also you'll also be able to receive those kind of alerts on your device.
Is it just a digital display or is there sound available?
There's also the T-Mobile kit. You can hear it there, and it also has vibrations of it.
NWAC Jax.
This is special because it uses very familiar tech. It's a smartphone. We leverage the 5G network primarily through geofencing. So geofencing is where you can draw borders around a particular area on a map. The drawing, it's like real-time markup in space that's tied to a specific GPS location that is only visible when you are inside that space, say on a trail or at a park. This is our Geo Pen. If you place a cube in space, your friends can see it on their phones.
Are you seeing this as a whole ecosystem where independent developers could develop games within this world, or is it something where you would control all of the content?
You have access to kind of a limited range of options, but then if you're more of a professional and you want more like Adobe level capabilities, then you can buy a subscription.
The Rat Scallions.
So our solution is going to be a modern style trailhead that has access to all the information at the national park with Wi-Fi enabled SOS device that actually ejects that you can rent.
Beginning with the Trail Tower, the ability to change language. You can do bookings, you can access park info. You have an emergency button, and you can get notices that are pushed in real time from the park rangers. The Trail Tower, of course, dispenses the trail tag, and then the trail tag connects to your phone. The Trail Plus app is the connection between these devices.
So the customer is actually the parks themselves. while the end user is going to be the novice and the seasonal outdoor enthusiast.
The Golden Eagles.
Tap totems, which provide a catalog of digital adventures such as scavenger hunts, local stories, and physical challenges. As a trail user approaches the totem, they will be met with an easy-to-read, handicap-accessible sign, prompting them to tap their phone. Thanks to NFC technology, the totem comes to life with both light and sound. A simple menu appears on the user's phone for selecting an experience. At the same time, others can experience the same or different adventures on the same series of tap totems.
Our business model is B2B, which means families who use the totems don't actually need to sign up or pay a dime.
Control, Alt, Defeat.
Paige downloads the app. She looks at the trails available, finds one that is good for her schedule today, and then she heads out to the trailhead and then gets dropped a piece of the story. The story piece prompts her to the next clue along the trail. And then when you get nearby, it alerts you, you look for it, and then you find a planted object that we've planted along certain trails that then starts a VR image or a VR animation on your phone. You find all the clues as you go, and then finally when you get to the end, she resolves the story of the narrative, and then as a prize gets sent a code to a geocache box, opens it up, and collects a prize. Congratulations, she's collected her first token.
The NWAC Maker Club student group.
So this is the Venture Trek Armor System. Now, this one little simple device for the low price of $150 is here to keep you safe when you're on the trail, so you don't have to take your phone with you. It will be able to track your location so that you can see where you went, how fast you were going, stuff like that. So it can be used as a personal training device.
So you mentioned you didn't like having your phone because of the bulk, but have you done any research about music?
We chose to go with this specific design and product because we figure the phone is a distraction. It's more about getting away from that and just really getting immersed in nature.
The Delta School.
Imagine yourself Saturday morning, family of 4, and you're gonna head out at North Bentonville Trail. The 4 of you get out of the car, you have your tether pack, you have your tether bands, you strap them on, and you as the parent designate yourself the captain of today's outdoor adventure. But then you've got little Ronnie back here who loves to explore nature, pick up sticks. He is getting a prompt, a challenge on his tether band to enhance and speed up his experience. Come closer, come show a butterfly that you found to mom or dad by picking up the pace. So everyone's staying engaged, they're disconnected, but they're connected.
When I'm judging, I'll be looking for things that are new, but that's not the only thing that makes them special.
How do we make this more accessible to a broader swath of people?
And is it something that will help them enrich people's lives?
This target market, these governments, museums, park departments, they haven't really utilized technology the way that they could be. And this is a really ready-made application that says, look, let's bring the park experience into the 21st century.
I have a concern around is vandalism, stealing. They'd have to make sure that there's some security around it.
Well, the potential for using augmented reality and being able to draw on the world around you could be used.
So it really has so many broad applications, but there's not really laser focus on their target market. They also had a great story talking about Ronnie and like the different
kids.
Yes.
Right.
I think they're a little ambitious on their target price.
Yeah.
People would probably pay more for that.
All of these are really great products. We got our work cut out for us.
Are you guys ready to hear the winners? Yeah. The runner-up heading to nationals is Go Tether, the Delta School. The winners of the $2,000, the custom-made trophy, is the Tap Totem by the Golden Eagles.
I'm literally shaking. I don't know what to feel right now.
From the start of the experience, we were definitely learning how we work together. And as it went on, we definitely got more and more comfortable with trusting each other. And by the end of it now, I think we've made a very good team.
The main thing in this competition is we just had a lot of fun. There was a lot of laughing, like sometimes an annoying amount of laughing. We just had a blast. It really was a fun experience, yeah.